Hello. So to do our part 4 assignment, we'll go to question. We have to draw this for part 4, and here it says the drawing name is AutoCAD 2D Lab 21. So we select this, control copy, and the units will be in inches. So we can use our CAD template for it. We want to draw this shape. Back to AutoCAD, go to File. First thing I always do is to save your file. Save. I'm saving it in engineering graphics, and I'll paste the file that I copied, Control V for paste, and I'm saving it here. The units will be in inches, so let's type a UN to get units out, and check. See, the units is inches here, so okay. But the next thing I want to do, check our diagram and see the start point is in the middle here, X15 and Y15 as the center. So go back to my drawing. I will select the circle, and I should have checked the radius for one thing. So let's draw this black line first. We'll draw this black line and then we check out our layers. So this is 10 diameter for this circle. And if it's 10 for diameter, then the radius is 5, because 10 divided by 2 is 5. So go back to my AutoCAD. I'm going to check again what is the start point, X15, Y15. So I'll have 15, 15, enter. So we are at the start point, and the radius is 5, diameter is 10. So if you come over here, it will ask us what is the radius. So I'll put 5, or I press D and enter diameter. So now we have that first circle. So let's check out our drawing and see the layers we ought to have. So it doesn't specify any layers, but from practice, we know that we will have the layer objects, then construction layer. So we'll go to AutoCAD, select the layer, and click on new layer. The first one, we should name it objects. Come to the color and make it red, and give it a line width of 4.4. Okay, then we have another new layer, and this will be our construction layer. We make it white. Okay, now we come to the line width and I make it 0.5. Our line type, construction line type, is usually, if you look at it here, our construction line type has some gaps in between. So back to AutoCAD, we will load a new line type. They have samples of the line type beside the name. So this is the display. I'll pick this center because I see some long and short. So I'll pick the center line. Okay. Click on center and load. No, cancel. Click on center and okay. So here is line type center object red. And with that we have our layers. So I want to change this to construction layer. I'll select it and I go to in this space. It brings up the circle properties. I close that. So select this box, go to this arrow and make it the construction layer. So we have the circle as a construction line. I go back to my drawing. What do I do next? We see that all these circles are on the circle. We see this shape in here. Let's try to make that shape. So we have an outer circle with 3 radius and the inner circle 2.5 radius. So back to AutoCAD, set construction layer as the dominant one, then pick as the current layer, and then pick circle, You come to the middle and say 3 for the outer circle, and then hit your space bar for another circle, click, and 2.5 for the second circle. So I go back to the drawing and I see that I have my 2.5 and 3. So how do we draw these inner red lines now? We need to find out the angle of these lines. And then where the starting point is. So from here, we see that this line starts up, is V, and then it goes round. I think we can do this with a polar array. If we have one of it, we can do the polar array for it. Okay, so let's count how many that we have. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 6 complete. Let's count from inside here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so 5 are complete, and then we have half at the edges. Okay, so if we count them upside down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 complete when it's inverted, an inverted V shape. So take note of that. And then we go back to our AutoCAD file. Let's draw the vertical and horizontal line. So go for line, click here, straight line, and then line again. And then you can select the line and then drag it to extend out of the circles. Or we can extend it, there is no wavy. So I'll do that, Control Z, undo. Let's say we want to extend it to these lines, to this circle. We select the circle, go to extend, and then click on the line, and then this line. So that way it's more accurate instead of dragging it with our hand. Then we want to make the V shapes that we have there. I'll go for line again, click here, and I want to move my mouse and I see 45 degrees. 45 degrees, and then I will mirror this V the other way. So if we look at the diagram, we are facing up, we can mirror for these two sides. Okay, this is 45 degrees an assumption because it's not given. We'll work with 45 degrees and we'll count and see how many of these inverted V's we can get from it. And use 45 and then we try 60. So mirror this, enter, and then we trim. Click on trim, right click, and then we have that. And so we will, let's say we want to do a polar array. So click on, select it, click on this arrow for polar array. It says specify the center point, specify the center point. Say number of items. We counted 6 for each quadrant. So let me say 24. 6 times 4 quadrants will be 24. 24. And I click back. So see the V's have appeared here. And if I count them, I count this 3, 6. I have 6 inverted V's, but we see that it has an X before the end. There's an X before the end of the shape, so this angle is not correct. So I'll cancel this, delete the array that we have, and then I'll get my line and I'll use 60 degrees. So right now it's 55. I'll use 60 degrees, and then I'll mirror this. Enter. So let me explain the act of mirroring. So we select the line, click on mirror. It will ask you to specify the mirror line. So you draw, you click down on the first point and then click on the second point. It will ask you, should it erase source object? It will be no. So we go for enter, and tap your space bar and then trim. the extra. So while it's this way now, let's try to do the array. So select it. You either click on the two of them or you draw a box by clicking and then drawing the box. And then polar array. Specify the center here. And then our number of items will be 24 because we counted 6 times 4, 24 there. So if you type 24, click in the space and we see that they are not touching. So we had extra and they're not touching now. So it should be somewhere between 45 and 60. So escape. I'm going to delete this again because I want to get what exactly is in the drawing. I'll go back to the drawing and look again. So I see that there is 25 degrees for this line. Zoom in. 25 degrees for this line. Okay, so this tells me that I can try 50. I try 45 and I try 60. So now I can try 50. Multiple. So over here. So back to the AutoCAD file. I'm going to pick my line from here and I look out for 50. So trim, and then we mirror, and then we select and polar array, select the middle, and go up here and put, we have a 24 items, and click. Perfect. So we have our array, and then I'm going to click, drop it, and then close array. So 50 degrees works, and then these circles, if we look at the picture, we see that the circles, we can delete them. We'll go back here and delete these 2 circles. I will have only the teeth, and then go back to AutoCAD. We want to draw this exterior object line here, and we're giving information that, let's see, is it corner D, corner E? Okay, that's corner D and line E to answer the questions that are following this drawing. So we need the dimensions for the shape. I'm looking out for the dimensions. Yes, so we have a 14 from here to here. This means that this shape is inside a circle with diameter of 14. So I go back to my AutoCAD. Diameter of 14 means a radius of 7. So I click here and I type 7 for the radius, enter. Okay, and then we can go for polygon. I'm drawing this circle so that it guides us. Okay, so we go to polygon. Where is polygon? Click on the rectangle shape, not hatch. Click on polygon. Say specify, enter number of sides. So to make sure of our sides, 3, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 8 sides. So the number of sides here is 8. Enter. Specify the center here. And we say, is it inscribed or circumscribed? So for this name, let me check example of inscribed and circumscribed of that. So inscribed, we'll check whether it's inscribed or circumscribed. So inscribed, polygon in a circle, images. So we see how inscribed polygons are. They are inside the circle with the edges. The edges touch the tip of the circle, while the circumscribed circumscribed polygon in a circle shows us that the circle is inside. The circle is always inside the circumscribed. Circle is inside the circumscribed polygon. So go back to our AutoCAD file. And in this case, we saw in the dimension at this point, so it is an inscribed circle because the edge, we're giving the edge dimension, not the internal one. Okay, so we call this circumscribed. Click on it, and then we bring it to here. Okay, and click. So if we look at this and look at our drawing, are they the same? Yes, we have a straight line here, and then we have 8. So go back and see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have our external shape. So we can select this circle and delete it, and select this and make it a red object. Also do that for this. Make this object. Okay, escape. Click on this. Okay, I'm going to match properties for that. Select match properties, select this, and then click on. So this doesn't work. We need to explode this shape. Okay, go to explode, select this thing, and then enter. So that way, when we want to match properties now, select the red line and draw a box. So we have them in red. So we want to put those circles that are on this other circle there. So we have 5 of them, and we're giving the first angle as 25. And we see that this is in a different location. It's not a mirror thing. We have this angle 25, and we have another circle just by this corner, and we have another one here. So how do we get the location of these circles? Okay, so let's start with the first one at 25 degrees from this horizontal line. So we can easily use our construction line. Click here. At this point is 0, so we want to get 25 degrees. Click, and then we can draw the circle. This circle here, it has a radius, it has a 1 diameter, and they say equally spaced 5, so we can use our polar array. So equally spaced and 1 diameter. So go to AutoCAD, circle, we click here, and then D, enter, 1, enter to get 1 diameter. And I will make this object layer. Okay, and we will make a polar array for this since it's equally spaced. Click array, specify the center, and then number of objects. We are having 6, but no, the circles are 5, so change it to 5 and click. So we have them appearing there, and click to place them and close the array. So that's the 5 circles. Okay, so what's left for the drawing? Go back to the book. Our circles we have, so we can use this to answer the questions, put in the dimensions, and then go on to answer these questions that I've asked